Alright folks, here's the deal. I just got an AccuBow. I'm going to unbox it right now. But this video is probably going to be shot over several days so I can really get a good feel for the unit. Alright, pretty excited. So, first impressions out of the box. I actually picked up an AccuBow years ago when they first came out, and it was not as nice as this. They have really improved the product. I can tell just when I pick it up. So there is a place for your smartphone to mount there. It's got like a game. You can use it just for strength training and for archery, but you can also use it as a game, which I'm actually kind of excited for my kids to try that out. So you want it to be tightened evenly on both sides. So I just went all the way out just to try to get a sense. And that's, partly intended to keep your D-loop in the middle. You can kind of feel which one's tighter and which one's looser. There's a little laser thing on here too, so like when you're at full draw, you can turn that on and just see, how well you're holding steady. Now, obviously, it's going to feel more like a recurve or longbow in the draw because it doesn't have, cams or wheels for let off. But as far as the actual strength training, and you don't have to worry about dry firing it because you can't do this with a regular bow. Let me see, where do I have my release? Now there is a thing here where you could put in like a stabilizer. I would probably even just put in a bow sling or put a bow sling on it just to create that feel, because when you're shooting, you don't want to be gripping the bow. You just want to have that hand relaxed, and you don't want to get in the habit of grabbing at the bow like that. You can just leave your fingers gently around so that it's not going anywhere. I feel like the bottom needs to get tightened to here. And then to loosen it, you just push that button in there. And then obviously too, for storage, this bow does now have the ability of folding down like this, so that, for transporting it, things like that. Now I am brand new with using this. I did have it hit my wrist right here, so I would probably just make some adjustments so that doesn't happen. Like what happened is, this just continued to travel forward and probably hit my wrist through the shot process. I have a very long draw length, so that's going to impact that. Well, I got to probably get the app and mess around with this some more. So I might even have a different color shirt on when I do some more video recording, but I want to give this a more thorough test so that I can give you more feedback. But I'm pretty excited to have this just to even keep the muscles in tune for archery when you can't shoot. Alright, it's been probably a week or so since I started filming this video. I have been playing around with the AccuBow a little bit. I'm starting up the app right now on my phone so that I can put it on the bow and just show you. It has options. You can shoot at targets, you can like hunt with it. So there is some fun components there that it'll also get kids and stuff like that interested in. And let me actually, while that's booting up, let me go ahead and put this on the bow. Okay, so the app is opened up. I'm sorry for some of the glare. Let's move that aside for a second. You got options. You can start shooting. There's bow battles versus other people, things like that. Let's just start shooting. I'm just going to do that for right now. A list here: target shooting, bow hunting, arcade, bow fishing, and then build your own range. Let's just pull up the target shooting here as an example. So once that menu is open, you have other options. Olympic Archery, Joe Ad Novice, 3-Spot Vegas, and 3D target shooting. So let's see. I would say a lot of people are going to be doing like 3D target shooting. Let's pull that up. So you can do elk, bear, turkey, and whitetail. Let's do whitetail. Now you can pick what kind of sight. 1-pin, 3-pin, 5-pin. I shoot with a 5-pin sight, so I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And now it's going to pull that up. I'm sorry again for the glare. Okay, so it does ask you to be quiet so that it doesn't interfere with the sensitivity of it. You have to actually turn around to get to where the animals are. And in order for me to shoot these deer, I have to face this way. Alright, so I took that shot and hit the vitals there. It says lung hit, and it kind of shows you where your arrow hits. So that gives you an idea of that. Okay, while I was actually showing that, I got a phone call, so I had to get back. Let's take a look at like target shooting, like a Olympic style. Oops, select Olympic archery. Let's just do a 1-pin sight. The archery range, unfortunately, I have to hold the bow this way for me to be able to see it. So that's one thing. It's a neat component. It's difficult for me for videoing right now, is that you actually have to face the direction where it portrays like the target. And so in order for me to do this target, I'd have to point the bow at you. Hold on, let's just try it. So my shot hit a little bit low. Now I just held the sight on the target there, and probably what needs to happen is I just need to hold higher. Alright, so I finally hit the target. I hit it high. I don't know if you can see it on there. So it's interesting how my first couple shots were hitting low, so I just kept holding higher. And so my pin, was above the target in order to hit the target. 70 meters. It's a good distance for Olympic style archery. So there's a lot of different things you can do. You can actually do a hunt. Let me go out and try that. You can do different things. I'm just going to do Midwest Classic. Let's try a 3-pin. Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll be able to point at a deer while you can see it. Okay. I hit my deer and it triggered it. So there was a deer walking across the screen there. Okay, so I shot a deer. It's about 30 yards out. It says long shot. It's actually a good hit. I was trying to be quick before it started moving. So anyhow, so there's the component of the game. Let me take this off, because some people think this is just a game. It's really not. So let me go ahead and, this is a handheld, thumb activated handheld release. So let's draw back and anchor. So and the game part that I was just playing, you can do it with a release. I was just doing it with my fingers just so there's less moving parts. But let's say I wanted to practice for hunting season. There's also a level up in here. So I haven't hooked it up yet. There's a little laser dot thing that you can turn on here, and you can, when you pull back, you can see how steady you're holding like on the target, and that helps you train to hold the bow and aim steadily. So it's good for training your muscles. I know when I haven't been shooting and it gets close to hunting season and I pull out my bow, it's like, ooh, my muscles forgot what it was like. So having something like this, you can keep the muscles in tune a little bit better. And I don't need to go out to an archery range. I can just pick this up, take like 10, 15 shots in a day. Even if I'm not trying to be real critical with my shooting, I just want to give my muscles exercise, I can do that. And again, it folds all up. I do like having this. So I like it. Again, you can crank it up and tighten it up. Let me just crank it a little bit. So you can make it as tight as you want. And I think it goes up to 70 pounds, I believe. And that would be a holding weight. Now, if you're a compound shooter like I am, you're not holding 70 pounds, you're holding 10, 15, 20 pounds. So keeping it low so that it has the same amount of weight at full draw will simulate a compound in that regard. So I'll probably keep it a little bit on the lower side and practice for compound shooting with it. You can do whatever you want. But I will provide links for one of these in the description section if you want to check it out. And I'm appreciating having it. I'm going to also show it to my kids, let them kind of play around with the game a little bit, see if they get interested in hunting, maybe even in that way. So I want to thank you for staying tuned to this video. Until next time, take care and God bless you.